Have you ever pondered about why Australia is the only continent that is also a country? Today we embark on a journey to uncover the mysteries of Australia, the world's smallest continent, yet the sixth largest country. Nestled in the southern hemisphere, it stands alone, surrounded by the Indian and Pacific Oceans. This geographical isolation has played a significant role in shaping Australia's rich history and unique biodiversity. Australia's remoteness has allowed it to evolve in ways unlike any other place on Earth. Its isolation led to the development of extraordinary wildlife and indigenous cultures that remained untouched by the outside world for tens of thousands of years. Over time, this vast and remote land has transformed from an indigenous haven to a penal colony to a thriving modern nation. From its indigenous beginnings to its modern-day attractions, Australia's story is a fascinating tale of resilience and transformation. Dive with us into the intriguing past of this vast and remote land. Australia's rich tapestry of history begins with its first inhabitants, the Aboriginal people. Our journey takes us back some 50,000 years ago to a time when the first Aboriginal people set foot on this vast and untouched land. They arrived via land bridges and short sea crossings from what is now Southeast Asia. With them, they brought a vibrant culture, rich spiritual beliefs, and a deep-rooted connection with the land. These early inhabitants were not just survivors, but innovators and artists. They developed tools and weapons, engaged in trade, and created some of the world's oldest known artistic designs. The Aboriginal people didn't just live on the land. They were a part of it, shaping and being shaped by the landscapes they called home. Their spiritual beliefs, enshrined in the Dreamtime, tell stories of ancestral beings who created the land and its creatures. These stories, passed down through countless generations, are not just tales of creation but also serve as a social, legal, and moral compass. The Aboriginal people's connection with the land is profound. They view themselves as custodians of the earth, not owners. This philosophy of stewardship rather than domination is deeply ingrained in their culture. It's a belief system that sees them live in harmony with nature, nurturing the land, respecting its creatures, and honoring its sacred sites. Their societal structures are also fascinating, with complex kinship systems that dictate social interactions and responsibilities. The Aboriginal people have more than 200 distinct languages, each reflecting the unique geography and culture of their respective regions. Yet, despite the ravages of time and the impact of colonization, the Aboriginal culture has proven resilient. Their art, music, dance, and storytelling continue to thrive, offering a window into a rich and ancient culture that predates the pyramids of Egypt. Their legacy continues to shape Australia's identity today. The echoes of their footsteps on the red earth, the wisdom in their Dreamtime stories, and their profound respect for the land continue to resonate in the heart and soul of Australia. The year was 1770 when a new chapter in Australia's history began. The vast, mysterious continent already had a rich indigenous history spanning tens of thousands of years. But now, it was about to enter a period of tumultuous change. From over the horizon came a ship, the Endeavour, captained by a man named James Cook. He was a British explorer tasked with charting the unexplored southern hemisphere under the command of the British Empire. Little did he know his arrival would mark the start of a new era in the land we now know as Australia. Setting foot on the eastern coast of this vast continent, Cook claimed the land for Britain, naming it New South Wales. This event marked the beginning of British colonization in Australia, a process that would forever change the course of the continent's history. Following Cook's initial exploration, the British began establishing penal colonies. The first of these was founded in 1788 at a place now known as Sydney. Over the next 80 years, more than 160,000 men, women, and children were transported from Britain to these penal colonies. In many ways, these early settlements laid the foundation for the Australia we know today. However, the arrival of the Europeans had a profound and devastating impact on the indigenous population. Diseases brought by the settlers spread rapidly, decimating Aboriginal communities. The settlers also seized land and resources, leading to violent conflicts and the displacement of many indigenous people. In the face of these challenges, the indigenous population showed incredible resilience, maintaining their rich cultures and continuing to fight for their rights and recognition. Their struggle and survival are a testament to their strength and an integral part of Australia's story. As the 19th century dawned, Australia was on the cusp of rapid transformation. The penal colonies were evolving into bustling towns, and waves of free settlers began to arrive, drawn by the promise of a new life in this distant land. Yet the challenges of this new era were just beginning. Australia was on the cusp of rapid transformation. Australia's allure grew stronger with the discovery of gold. Picture this. The year is 1851, and the land down under is about to undergo a monumental transformation. It started in New South Wales and Victoria, where gold was found in abundance. This sparked what we now refer to as the Australian Gold Rush, an era marked by hope, ambition, and an influx of fortune seekers from across the globe. The effects of the gold rush were far-reaching. The promise of wealth brought over 600,000 immigrants to Australia in just a decade. This population boom was not just a transient phenomenon. Many of these newcomers made Australia their home, contributing significantly to the cultural diversity we see today. This was not just a period of population growth, but also a time of rapid economic development. Gold mining became a major industry, providing jobs and stimulating trade. Infrastructure improved, towns grew, and the colonies prospered. Australia was on its way to becoming a self-sufficient entity, but it wasn't all smooth sailing. The gold rush also exposed social and political tensions. The Eureka Rebellion in 1854, led by miners protesting against the high cost of mining licenses and the harsh treatment they received, was a pivotal moment. It highlighted the need for political reform and laid the groundwork for the democratic rights we enjoy today. As the dust from the gold rush settled, the 6 colonies started contemplating a shared future. On the first day of 1901, they federated to form the Commonwealth of Australia. This marked Australia's independence from British rule and its emergence as a nation in its own right. A new nation was born, ready to carve its own path on the global stage. This period of gold rush and nationhood was a defining chapter in Australia's history, setting the stage for the dynamic, multicultural, and prosperous nation we know today. In the 21st century, Australia has emerged as a vibrant, multicultural nation. After the turbulence of the World Wars, Australia opened its doors to a wave of immigration that transformed the face of the nation. People from all around the globe flocked to this sun-soaked land, infusing their unique cultures, languages, and traditions into the Australian way of life. This cultural melting pot has made Australia a beacon of diversity and inclusivity. In the wake of this post-war immigration, Australia's cities burgeoned, evolving into bustling metropolises that blend historic charm with modern sophistication. Sydney, with its iconic Opera House and Harbour Bridge, is a testament to Australia's architectural prowess. Melbourne, the cultural capital, teems with art galleries, music venues, and world-class restaurants. Brisbane, Perth, and Adelaide, each with their own distinct character, add to the urban tapestry of this island nation. Simultaneously, Australia's economy has grown by leaps and bounds. From a nation once reliant on wool and wheat, it has transformed into a global player in diverse sectors. Mining, manufacturing, finance, technology, you name it, and Australia has made its mark. The Australian dollar is one of the most traded currencies worldwide, reflecting the country's economic strength and stability. Australia's influence extends beyond its borders, too. It plays a significant role in global politics, often lending its voice to issues of climate change, human rights, and peacekeeping. Australian scientists are at the forefront of groundbreaking research, from medical breakthroughs to technological innovations. And let's not forget the country's cultural contributions. From film and television to literature and music, Australia has given the world some of its most cherished cultural icons. Today, Australia stands tall, reflecting its rich past while looking towards a promising future. This sunburnt country, this land of sweeping plains, has come a long way from its indigenous origins and colonial past. It is a testament to the resilience and spirit of the Australian people, who have built a nation that is as diverse as it is united, as forward-thinking as it is rooted in tradition. Australia, a country of stunning landscapes and diverse cultures. This vast island continent has a rich tapestry of history that we've traversed together. We've walked with the Aboriginal people, the original custodians of the land, witnessing their ancient traditions and deep spiritual connection to the earth. We've sailed with the Europeans, braving new frontiers, and watched as settlements grew into bustling cities. We felt the fever of the gold rush and seen a young nation find its feet. In the modern era, Australia has emerged as a vibrant multicultural society, a melting pot of cultures and traditions from around the globe. From the iconic Sydney Opera House to the rugged outback, from the Great Barrier Reef to the multicultural meccas of Melbourne and Sydney, Australia's story is as diverse and dynamic as its landscape. Remember, the story of Australia is not just history, it's a journey that continues to unfold. If you've enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from around the world.